Alright everyone, welcome to the stream. Sorry for the delay there. There was a sudden influx of IDs that I need to type in rapidly. Oh boy. Let me show you something. And also, Jedok, you entered an incorrect level ID. It doesn't exist. Can you re-enter it, please? It'd be really appreciated if you do. Greetings everyone, my name is Zetterville, and welcome to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this 78 general level sharing live session, I'll cover a combination of both Veersmith levels and levels that I find online. But considering how many levels are on the queue today, this doesn't really seem likely for the latter. In fact, let me show you something right now, just to give you some perspective. See this? These are the number of levels that are currently on my queue. I decided to reshuffle levels so at least one level made by each author can be showcased on stream, but even then there's still a lot of other levels that I have to reshuffle as well, and there are more coming in over time, so yeah. This is gonna take a while. First and foremost, I will not be able to cover all the levels that are being submitted here. Some will be covered during the evening stream, some next week. And also, Jedok, that's still the wrong level ID. The level IDs are 6 numbers long, not 7 numbers long. So welcome to Stream Buster, Omega, Game Master Man, Oscar, Vincent, Iwumi, YouTube, Eduardo, Cyan, SYE Gaming, Snivy, Papyrus, yes it's me, Mark, Game Idea Guy, and anyone else who I missed, as well as all the others watching on either Mixer or Twitch. Today we're in for a longer stream, probably going to be 2.5 hours long, but we'll see. So let's start knocking down this mountain by starting off with this stage. Book 4, Chapter 4, Playtime is Over by Game Master Man, with 13 plays and a score -1. At this rate you can submit it, Iwumi, but it's not going to be covered very likely. I already posted the level queue. You can also find it in the description. You can find the link to the level queue in the description below. And last week 1.6 hit the servers, so we're gonna see a lot of new content during these levels probably. Ouch, the press downs or crunch downs are really strong. They're as strong as Big Eyes with their attacks. Now these enemies are actually somewhat dangerous. Too slow there. Again, this is one of my first times encountering sheepman blocks in a non-example level. These are almost as strong as the enemies. Thanks, Mark. You don't need to say multiple times. I got the idea the first time. Yeah, I don't remember doing that much damage. Thank you, Jedok. I'll cover it. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday then, Oscar. That's a bit of a jerkish maneuver there. can see why I got a negative score now. The intersection's fine. This is supposed to be more of a Fortress stage anyway. Thank you, Oscar. You already submitted 5 or 6 stages in total, combined between the Discord server and here, so please don't submit any more. It may get overlooked. Thank you, Eduardo. It'll be covered tonight or next week. How many levels do I have? Over 40 by this point. Hey, Jaden. I already said in the chat, Mark. I haven't created any levels in Mega Man Maker yet. Which ID? Well, I'll take a look. Give me a moment so I can finish this stage. How many levels do I usually cover a stream? About 15 to 20, depending on the length. Welcome to Stream Glacier Wolf. Your level will be covered tonight. Thank you. Yeah, I want a music swapper. Perhaps that'll be added in between the next update. You can, but only 2 at a time. Alright, here's the usual rules. You can submit up to 2 stages on the stream, but if you submit more, they may get overlooked or saved for the evening stream. And please make sure I have it already covered by checking out the all levels covered. Of course, by this time, if you submit any more stages, it very likely will not be covered during this stream. There are over 40 stages in my queue, and you may submit stages made by other authors. Thank you, Vincent. It'll be covered probably tonight or next week. So many new viewers coming at the same time, and there's already a lot. Me too. I didn't expect an entire multiplayer editing update. By this point it's 2 max anyways because... well... I wanted more of a music swapper for in between the level itself, not so much in the editor. That's already easy to fix. I forgot how strong his rocket arm is. 2 per stream, but at this point it won't be covered probably. Also, you don't need to ping me every time you want to respond to me, Mark. I get it. Goodbye, Bounce Man. Still one of the easy RMs of Mega Man 11. Still think his damage has been buffed a bit. Alright, give me a moment. I need to start adding in all the levels. All the new ones that were punched in everywhere. Okay, I swapped your level, Lipatio. Your level's been added, Eduardo. Sorry, Panda, but I'll have to leave your level for the next stream. Thank you, Glacier. Sorry if I'm misspelling your names, I'm gonna have to rapidly change it. You're welcome, Vincent. As well as you, Iwumi. Keep in mind, because of the massive number of levels I have, I reserve the right to reorder them. And thank you, Daibuman. So assuming I didn't make a mistake, there is going to be 32 more levels made by 33 different authors. By this point, if you submit any more status, they will be covered either next week or tonight. I'm not sure. No, I can't, Mark, and as I said, please don't ping me every time you want to refer to me. You can just say it without it. I get you're excited, but I need it all the time. Second up is Wily Mines by PowWaf3 with 18 plays and a score of 5. And I very likely mispronounced your name. Sorry about that. Yeah, stop pinging, please. Only do it if it's an emergency or something very important. Sure, go right ahead, QueenMonika. Probably not YouTube. There isn't a copyright issue. Oh yeah, I forgot these can jump. One of your levels is already Q, it's in 11th place. Which level is that an updated version of, by the way, Monika? The one currently on the queue, 11th place, is Stage 7 Prison Break. Flame Man's Tower of Terror, okay. That'll be saved for next week. Of course, that'll be there. I expect many levels to use this. Oh wait, I forgot about this. Okay, that was an abrupt finish. It felt like half or 1/3 of a stage, to be honest. Galaxy Man, your level doesn't exist anymore. Okay, I'll skip over it and I'll get back to it later. Third up is Dr. Rai 2, Rai Fortress 1 by Rigel 2 with 14 plays and a score -2. Sylveon, your level that you submitted by Oscar, that hasn't been covered yet. That's already on the list. Your last level is 12th on the queue, Buster. One of the unfortunate things of ending the last stream with several levels in the queue and now this. Hey Squeaks, by the way, if you submit any status, it will not be covered during the stream. There's already over 45 levels on the queue. Yeah, Woomy, one of your levels is on there. Yours is in 31st place. Indeed, Squigs, returning all the people to the game. Please provide level ID, and I may get to it today. No, I don't. I don't have Toontown. Yeah, I know it's Jidok. Glad to see he's having a fun time with it. Responding to you, Jidok. You need a combination of both, I would say, Daibuman. If you give only negative feedback, you can demotivate the designers. And if you give them only positive motivation, well, you can end up with situations where they won't learn from their mistakes. Oh, okay, apparently that's the bottomless pit then. If you want to, sure. Referring to you, Papyrus. It's a balance, Cyan. After a while, having only positive feedback gets boring. You need some negative feedback to keep going, otherwise at a certain point you'll feel that people are just yes men. Yeah, in general, constructive feedback is the most important one. Avoid destructive feedback, avoid feedback that doesn't address flaws. And again, there are different levels of feedback. For example, I'm going to judge first impressions feedback differently from a very in-depth feedback. Exactly, Daibuman. Because saying a level is trash isn't exactly helpful because there are many ways for a level to be trash. And at the same token, if a good level is good, just calling it good isn't exactly helpful either because for many people you need to explain why it's good or what it succeeds at. Even good levels sometimes fail or are deficient in some categories. That too, Squigs. Also important is that not all... Also, I'd like to mention, which some people don't actually understand enough, is that even critique can be critiqued. Critique shouldn't be immune to critique itself. Yeah, exactly, Panta. At least if you don't like a stage, at least make some effort to explain why you don't like it. And remember, if you want to listen to feedback, please listen to feedback from multiple locations, from multiple playtesters or reviewers, not just one, or not just from one group, otherwise you'll end up with a biased sample. That's nice to hear, SYE. Usually getting the first 100 subscribers is the hard part. Exactly, Panta. And also another important thing I mentioned in the previous episode, hate the level, not the person. If you're gonna really dislike a stage, don't attack the person personally, just attack the level, or mainly focus on that. There are some... let me put it this way. There are many interesting ideas. There are many more bad executions ideas than bad ideas themselves. Infinitely many more. I'm not sure why it's got a negative score, but it wasn't exactly good enough either. Yeah, exactly, Squigs. I know my own criticism is that I tend to be more nice on some of the fan games, especially the ones that don't exactly succeed at their ideas. But the thing is, though, it's kind of been molded by me getting ticked off at too many people being overly cruel on levels and not properly explaining how to improve them. Thank you, Papyrus. I'll include it next time. I'd like to say most of the time, but sometimes I feel I go too positively. Again, even for the terrible ROM hacks and fan games I played, like for example last week's one, I still like to see on the positive side so you can salvage something. Like for example, for Mega Man Dr. Wise's return, the best stage was Pyroman's stage, because it actually did something with its gimmicks. It was so close to actually becoming an okay fan game. Forward up is Vaccine Lab by Chengkitsun, with 162 plays and a score of 60. Me too, Squigs. I like to earn the more positive to neutral side. Oh hey, new form of Yoka blocks. Well, they act the same way as before, but they just have a different sound effect and graphic. We get it, everyone. Also, welcome to stream Kollab, Noob, Pixel, and everyone else. Exactly, Squigs. As I said before, there are infinitely more bad executions than bad ideas. I would talk more about the tree-step design, but we get it by this point. All I'll say is that don't limit yourself to tree-step design for Fortress levels. Because we get a level, Cheng. It's already on my list to be found, so no worries. That's what I was worried was gonna happen. Oh, you're Philip. I see. Fell for the same mistake. And these are already present in 1.6. 1.6.1 fixed some minor bugs. And the crash. Are you sure, Iwumi? It's showing up on my side. Did you scroll down a bit to the 31st place? In the future. Perhaps they can, Jock. I never tried that. Poor Pump Man. He's wrecked by the charge shot. This was a fine stage, a bit on the more simplistic side, but it worked. It's like an easier version of Acid Man's stage in a way. I interrupted myself. Sorry. Fifth up is All New Bosses by Magneton X the Magneton with 19 plays and a score of 5. Another suggestion, don't be afraid to stay away from playing safe a bit. Take some risks. That's how you... If you always play it safe, you won't learn from your mistakes. If you never played safe and always stick to safe territories, your level will start to get boring too. Hi Zen. And that's good, Daibuman. Keep in mind though, when taking risks, there's also a chance of making a worse stage, but that's the point. If you never take risks and never use new gimmicks or create your own in the case of Mega Man, in the case of Megamix, you won't grow. That's why I tend to rate stages that take risks and not necessarily succeed higher than the ones that don't decide to take any risks at all and are just okay. That's one way, Omega. I still kind of prefer the buff that the Thunderbolt got in Magma 1 though, having treated them on screen at a time. And I will say something else, people really don't care that much of originality, even though they say that. They care much more for novel things. See for example the cycle of FPS game genres and settings. Sixth up is Oil Cup Championships Track 4 Woodland Run by Scremer with 10 plays and a score of 2. Probably not. Well, they may add Gravity Man, but probably not universal gravity flipping. but I doubt it regardless. If you don't plan for the game to have gravity flipping from the get-go, it can be hard to add it on later. Oh, no sliding, of course. Thank you, Zen. It's about as high as last week, we were going over 50. Still surprised we haven't had more Mega Man Maker streamers come back. I know Heavy Elite and Captain Pollution have returned. I don't know what to think about. You actually raise a good point there. Also, welcome to the stream, Mondry. Of course, there's no checkpoint there. Probably should have been one. I don't know if it counts as a dash-type weapon because you can still be hurt by the projectiles of enemies. It's not exactly a water-type weapon. Okay, maybe it's a pseudo-dashing weapon. So I have to go forward faster. Yeah, that would work. Just have the icicles drop universally, regardless of the top ceiling. Really? I assigned 2 buttons to fire. That's how SYE. Well, the charge kick is more of a dash weapon, but it's not a good one. This last jump is the annoying part. Especially because I can't slide. And as you know, if you activate the oil slider, if you're not on solid terrain, it will dissipate, and of course... maybe YouTube. It's that one last jump that's the problem in the force beam. Oh, and I have to speed through this. Again, I wouldn't mind this too much if it's a Mega Mix or a ROM hack, but I've complained about this before, but to all new viewers, Mega Man Maker, maybe not so much in this update, but in the past, has had button input restoration issues, where things don't exactly go true. And I thought you could make it across, but no, you have to slow down there. The other annoying part is that there's no checkpoint there, it's right after that hardest part. For 1.7, we may have weapons from 1.7. For 1.7, we may have weapons from Mega Man Base. My bad, I made a circular statement there. Made it. This is one of the stages that forces you to rush forward. Usually these require quite a bit of practice. and several attempts to get through it properly. Hi, GeriMan. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you're a tester. That's neat. This second section was much easier than the first one. I'd flip the order. Well, at least the... getting much easier now. We're making progress. Yeah, I can't jump onto this, can't slide on top of the spikes. That's why I said earlier to normalize your expectations for the updates. Wait, Sheepman got buffed? I don't recall that happening. The end. Toughest level this episode, but I guess it's fine. I would rework the first section to be a bit easier in the second half. Otherwise, it just feels like a difficulty spike. The rest of the stage is fine. Probably would recommend it to a bit more skilled Mega Man Maker players. Seventh up is Snivys Adventure, but Snivy uses KFC Man's cutters instead, by Snivy Master Lead, with 5 plays and a score of 1. But in any case, the controls they're certainly better in 1.6. I haven't had any button input restoration issues outside maybe 1 or 2 instances. So good work in hammering those out. Oh, the rolling cutter. I don't really like this weapon. I much prefer the boomerang cutter in X1, mainly because you can fire multiple at once. Four, two, one. Is this like Rolento's Ladder of Doom? Yes, it is. A Techno Christmas level. No, Oscar, check the list. The link to the queue is in the description below. Oh good, I have the Blade Cracker. I mean, the Screw Crusher. I don't even need the Yoko blocks here. Exactly. the range, the low amount of damage, and the amount of time it takes to return. If anything, I'd have most other weapons over it, outside of some exceptions. Perhaps, for example, like the Sword Snake. Even the Sword Snake is better in terms of DPS, to be honest. It'll probably take a year at this point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, all the way back here? I guess the checkpoint was on the next screen then. GeriMan Laser has some amazing DPS, especially at close range. Such a contrast with its Mega Man 3 outing. Yeah, hands up. Yeah, there should have been one checkpoint there at least, that would be a good place. Let's go down here instead. Oh. Hi there. If this was Mega Man, that'd be a lot scarier. Another good example of a high DPS weapon will be the Crystal Eye, mainly from all the mini crystals. It takes a while for it to spawn in, unfortunately. It is, yes. Especially because you can have all four at once. Oh, the Dust Crusher's being added in a new update? Neat. Thank you, Oscar, but if it's not already on the queue, it won't be covered now. I'll check. You can check the queue, Oscar, to make sure if I missed it or not. I hear force beams. Oh, I see it. Well, this is a neat interaction. I can already foresee how this is going to glitch out horribly in some stages. You know, this is a neat stage, I'd say. Although I basically replaced the rolling cutter wholesale with this instead. Agreed, Squigs. It just interacts with so many different objects at once. It's the closest to a Mario Maker object, to be honest. As long as they're solid, it will interact with it, although sometimes interactions can be a bit funky. Yeah, thankfully, Cyan. But just imagine the more complex interactions and constructions. Yeah, I would like a box, man. Or make it like the Boomerang Cutter next one, have up to 2 on screen at a time. If we can have 2 or 3 on screen at a time, I'd be a lot more okay with it. I like this stage, though I would prefer if the first checkpoints moved a little bit closer. Yeah, Blade Cracker. Yeah, you can, Mondream. You can even pierce through shields. In order to multi-hit, you have to get close to an enemy, so it can be a bit risky. Yeah, your level is on the kiosk arm, way below. Oh, wait. Eight up is The Forgotten Space Station by XMemeLord69X with 26 plays and a score of 4, aka by Vic. So Quick Boomerang, Night Crash, Flash Bomb, and Mirror Buster. I wish one of the example levels actually showcased the Mega Man killer weapons, especially the Mirror Buster. It essentially acts like a forward-facing shine, though it can't directly hurt enemies. That's the only downside. Mega Man Next, you mean Mega Man Next Remix? That's looking to be pretty large. You're right. And now we're out of this puzzle room. Yeah, it is, Sylveon. I'm still surprised they added almost all the weapons from throughout the classic series. Even for some of the more obscure titles. Hey Dole, welcome to the stream. And the state persists even when I go out of the screen too. Depends on the setup, Snivy. I suppose they added because it was slightly easier to program in. Come on, little fire met. Ah, not fast enough. I should have just slid there. Yeah, I like it too. I just wish there was an easier weapon I could use to acidify the water myself. And there was more acid enemy interactions. I know the Rain Flush does the trick, but it requires quite a bit of weapon energy. It's not like the Acid Shield. Dive missile is not a water weapon, it's a missile weapon. Now the clarity acid, oh okay, that'd be like the water wave. 2 more keys left. I get what the stage is going for, a series of several trial rooms so we can get all the keys to access the upper part. Neat idea. Each one's filled with its own set of gimmicks. In a way, it feels like something that wouldn't be out of place of a Rai Fortress stage, an end one. Plus we get refills after each room. Dive missile is an explosive homing weapon. Explosive because it explodes upon contact with enemies. Homing because it homes in on enemies. Similar to how, for example, the Magnet missile homes in on enemies. Or the Hornet Chaser. Sometimes we get a lot of levels that use the light stop blocks. Exactly, Buster. And there's the water shield too. That works. Still, I enjoy that we have a new update after a year of waiting. Much more new content to play around with. Thankfully that's been fixed. Now imagine if I clip into the wall. On the note of Legacy collections, the Zero and ZX collection seems to be performing pretty well, and also has a lot less fewer release bugs on the consoles. The X Legacy collection was notorious for that, unfortunately. So here's to hoping we get a Battle Network collection next. Fine level. Hence why it's called the Forgotten Space Station. Wily forgot about it, again. 9th up is QueenMonika Mega Man Maker Adventure, Stage 7 Prison Break by QueenMonika, with 9 plays and a score of 3. Time for our choices. Utility, power, more utility. Probably can break something using that. I want the pile driver. I think that's the boss's weakness, but I don't really need that. Can you charge with the pile driver in this version? Let's see. No, you can't. That's the unfortunate things about testers. They don't usually get that recognized compared to devs. And that's why those are on the walls, to prevent me from doing that and break the stage entirely. Anti-cheese strats. Glad to see it pierces through its barrier too. Yeah, you can scale if I were... Seems to be more horizontal scaling, but if I shuffle between the two, this and the wheel cutter, I can potentially do it. Well, half punishes. That was me. If I jumped out of it, it'd be fine. Also, welcome to the stream, Zealak. Long time no see. Let's try that, actually. Well, I guess I'll have to practice this more later. This is likely going to be used in a Kaizo stage, or has already been. Kaizo players are fast. Should have known to do that. Actually, let me try breaking that section one more time, and then I'll do it the proper way. Really? I'm gonna try going through that section the fun way. Let's see how the weapons are placed. They're not exactly in order, sadly. So I'm gonna do some quick weapon swapping. There we go. You take the tank, Aunt Daddy. Oh, cancel the peeky for jump. I see. Okay, that was a bit awkward. Really, Burner Boy? It's more the other way around. I wish Pump Man had his hard mode attacks too, as a bonus or an extra mode, but I know the reason why. That looks suspicious. Nope, not getting it. Probably was nothing anyways. Oops. I need to get used to the distance again. You can give them the option, YouTube. Now imagine combining use of the pile driver with base. If the pile driver connects with an enemy or wall, does it reset base's double jump? I haven't tried that out yet. Okay. This looks like something else that could be heavily broken. Oops. Maybe not. I mean, if I was better with the pile driver, I wouldn't take any damage there. It's not even that crazy. Now imagine if I had the oil slider, charge kick, top spin, the NATO, shine, and other movement abilities. Even using, for example, the Scramble Thunder temporarily removes my vertical momentum. And combined with base, I could probably do an octo jump or something crazy. It'd bring Kaizo design to another level. Just look at all the Super Mario Maker players going through Kaizo stages. Oof. Alright, I'll be right back in a moment. And we're back. 10th up is Frozen Factory Revamped by Zen, with 18 plays and a score of 6. Buster's level is up next. And I added a level to the queue, Cyber. It'll be covered probably tonight or next week. At the very least, we knocked out about 9 levels from the queue. So a remake of a previous stage, or revamp. Alright Oscar, your level's up after Buster's. I saw that, Cyber. Didn't want to get destroyed, so just clipped into the wall. Feel free to send novel collabs if you like them enough. I see what this stage is going for. Oh, okay, the order is next up is Buster, then Oscar, then GeriMan. So yeah, you're after Oscar. Probably tonight. Give me one moment, I need to check. Probably tonight because your level is 25th up. Referring to you, Papyrus. One of the unfortunate things of having over 40 or 50 levels in the queue, and the 1.6 update. Then again, I should be happy. That's what delayed the start of the stream by a bit. I like this rendition of Thunderman's team. Did you submit that already, Oscar, earlier? If that's the case, it should be on the queue. It's already on the queue, Oscar. No need to resubmit it. Before you submit another level ID, please check the level queue first. Go scroll to the bottom and make sure I haven't already covered it, to avoid these situations. There's the level queue if anyone wants to see it. Submit the entire level pack in the future, and I'll cover it during a future evening stream. Well, it's on the level queue already, Oscar, so you submitted it earlier. Maybe, Cyber. A prison break? I thought that was a fine stage. I liked how you gave us access to both the pile driver and the wheel cutter, so we could essentially bypass parts of the stages if we were skilled enough, mainly the elevator sections. Otherwise, it was an okay Fortress stage of sorts, I guess. The funnest part was using all the special weapons to our advantage. Oh, okay. We're sent back over here then. No, that's not back. Now imagine if I didn't have that picked up. The other issue with this is that, unlike the Shine, it doesn't deflect the shots right back at the enemies, it's only horizontal. So it's a bit more specialized. Torchman may be a bit of a problem depending on his pattern, or depending on how they program in his pattern, but I can see him being added. Easy way to sneak past with the key door, get the Enam tank, and keep the key at the same time. Of course, this doesn't work for melee attacks. Well, then again, they were able to add Bounce Man, so there is that. If anything, one of the future features I wish they would add, maybe probably it's a long shot, would be co-op. Or local co-op, or at least you can host a server and players will play on the same host that way, peer-to-peer. That'd be fun for some stages. Probably break several levels, but hey, discretion is up to the players. That's rather a long shot though. Only Magneton 2 and Megamix have multiplayer added like that. It is a great idea, but normally I wouldn't think about this, but we had multiplayer editing, so I guess they could rejig that. Then again, they have to synchronize stuff. Also a music changer object. Ideally, I think that'd be simpler, but it depends on how they programmed it. That'd be like a time attack then, yes, it's me. By the way, Let Me Know With You is hosting a multiplayer build-a-thon around 3 PM EST. What did I get hit by there? Alright, there's an invisible crystal there. Yeah, there's a build-a-thon being held by the server Let Me Level With You in about 24 minutes. Build-a-thon. I won't have time for it either, so it's fine. It'd be funnier if this was his weakness. GG, definitely an improvement over the original one. Currently my favorite level of the episode, I'd say. Good work, Zen. No, YouTube, that isn't it. 11th up is Sayonara Mega Man Maker by Buster, with 23 plays and a score of 10. When the level loads up. And don't worry, this shouldn't be like Buster's last stage. This stage is over 60 screens long, so... Alright, here we go. Only shine. This is the last level Buster will make in Mega Man Maker, assuming he doesn't come back to it in the future. Oh, neat. I didn't realize they can be frozen by those. I thought you have to use a frost-type weapon. Also showcasing the horizontal key doors. The water can be blocked by ladders. And these can purify the water. Surprised we haven't seen any enemies do this. Now showcasing that it can create the acid. If anything, this looks like a gimmick showcase level. Showcasing Sheepman blocks next. I didn't realize the clamshell enemies can actually just repurify the water. That's the first time I've seen it in the game, at least. Mine used the 3 different gimmicks. Showing how the ladders, showing how with the ladders you can do stuff like this. Here we go again. Please stop the lava. Thank you. I mean the fire. Ah, almost made it. You're welcome, Vic. Nah, these aren't even the worst These aren't even the worst glitches. The reason for that is because the collision detection for the firewalls and Frozen is not a solid block. It's a bit curved. Of course, on the same token, we don't actually have slope blocks yet, or slope terrain. Oh, solid block? The cleaning crew and dirtying crews. Here we go again. Elevator, please, Dawn. Get me out of here. No, Nanos attack. Up or down? Up it is. First release. 1.1. 1.2. 1.3. 1.4. 1.5. And ending off at 1.6. What is this, the future? Everyone falling to their death. Bravo. What a nice way to finish off Mega Man Maker. This probably should have been an example level, at least 2/3 of it, I'd say. Thank you for all your time with Mega Man Maker, Buster. I'll be looking forward to playing your future levels and fan games made in Megamix and other future engines. Thank you again, Buster. Currently my second favorite level of the episode. Twelfth up is Man Remade by Oscar, with 56 plays and a score of 17. So we get to use most of the new weapons. I still would prefer the Magma 1 rendition. The one where you can fire 3 of them at once. Where the mini-boss would be. No background. Shame. And I have a good hunch what the boss is weak to. The bounce ball. Because 3 strikes and you're out. Yeah, exactly, Squigs. That's why I prefer the Magma 1 version, because you can fire up to 3 of them at once, giving a lot of clearance. I remember this section with the jet baseballs. Ah, gotcha. Blue works better than black then. Oh yeah, here's the blade cracker. Haven't used it yet. Again, this mini-boss. I see it's better balanced against the blade cracker. I mean, Screw Crusher. See ya. Hope to see you during evening stream. That was gonna happen once. Of course, I could have just used the wheel cutter. I'll see cyber plays. I'll add it to the list, but no guarantees. Yeah, close enough, though it does bounce around more. Look. Speaking of... Let me guess, he's weak to his own weapon. Nope. Of course, because it... It pops his balloon. I guess this was an okay remade version, but not by much. It probably needed one more gimmick to stand out. 13th up is Man Remake with Charge Upgrade by HUN Rockman, aka GeriMan, with 14 plays and a score -2. Thank you, Oscar. It's more of a case of missing gimmicks and not the best replacements for them. I feel the level could have done with some more remaking so it fit with the limited assets in the engine currently. A better version. I never got why we got a downgraded version of the sub-tank. And it was a forced upgrade too in that game. In fact, all the upgrades to your items in that game, barring probably the platform, were downgrades. See, in contrast, this stage does a better job of remaking the original level. Then again, we have the original gimmick this had. Exactly, because most of the original elements are present. The count bombs, the chill blocks. Whereas with the previous stage, that wasn't exactly possible. Also no snowmen for whatever reason. That seems like a strange omission to me. Oh yeah, count bomb. Oh yeah, commando bomb. This last section was a lot more dangerous with the Pippies. Because of their absence, now it's much easier. Oh boy. More like a 4.6. Thank you, Rai. They don't have everything, but it's still a fair adaptation. In fact, I say it's a better adaptation than Strike Man. Again, because they have the assets. Perhaps there's that one section where I got a negative score, but otherwise I think it's fine. 14th up is Screamer's Labs, Control the Enemies, Kollab With Larnny by Scremer and Larnny, with 81 plays and a score 29. I'm covering this now because technically this is Larny's submission as well. Oh, with the missile weapon? That's because I barely used it in Mega Man 10. And it's been several years since I last played it, so I need practice. Frostman with his bulk would be fun. After this stage is YouTube stage, then CMB Fox, then SYE, then Lipatio, then Croby. Nice to see they can activate the switches too. Now I see what they mean by controlling the enemy. I think that has to do with missing NES channels. Welcome to the stream, 8 PM. I don't know. Mega Ball has its own capabilities, so it's more of a utility weapon. Rebound Striker is just an offensive weapon, but Mega Ball allows you to jump upwards a lot. Ah, I thought there was some extra one. Neat puzzle level. Kinda reminds me of Kingman's stage in Rock Force. Point the other way, please. Thank you. Also, thank you for putting a checkpoint at the end of every stage. What? Get back down here, please. Welcome back, Cyan. Yeah, Little Fireman, Mock Tree, Big Brother Edition. And this stage is an awesome puzzle stage. This is probably going to be tied for another favorite or something. Huh. I guess I have to hit all these switches first. Yep. Don't know why we need an extra life for this, but thank you. Yeah, you and Larnny did an awesome job. Nice reverse question mark you have going there too. I just give myself a 7 burner boy. Or a 7.5. See, I only see more of these levels made in Mega Man Maker, which are interesting uses and interaction between gimmicks and enemies and elements. Instead of the usual just remakes or renditions of previous stages. Or my favorite, quote-unquote favorite, the boss rushes. I want to see more of these over boss rushes and stuff like those. Yeah, I remember Mega Ball minigame, that was fun too. That worked too. Oh, teaching us the gimmick in the previous room. That's awesome. It depends on how Pump-Man up there interacts. That was a bit lucky, but a nice way to finish off the stage. Yeah, this is also a favorite level of this stream, and this is a different. We have 3 favorite levels for once. I may need to change up my favorites a bit. Nevertheless, good work you two. Awesome puzzle / gimmick level. I don't really see any complaints. You had a nice difficulty curve introducing the gimmicks gradually, and also thank you for putting all the checkpoints and whatnot. In fact, you didn't even need to fire new weapons for this. An 8 out of 10 at the very least. 15th up is Weapon Capsule Relay 46 by YouTube Social HD2 with 26 plays and a score of 7. If you watched my live streams for long enough, you know the drill, but because of how many new viewers I had between this and the previous week, let me explain. In these stages, every 4 to 5 screens is dedicated to use of each special weapon, and each screen has its own background and foreground elements. These tend to act like simple tutorials for the use of each new weapon, and they tend to be very simple and straightforward to complete. And there's almost always one per... and there's pretty much always one per week, either during the morning or evening stream. They become a common fixture of this live stream series. Agreed, QueenMonika, this is a highlight. Yeah, later. Can you just to be sure it wasn't lost in the shuffle, can you resubmit the level ID, Sylveon, so I can cross-reference it? Because I know on the private list you're listed somewhere. This is just to make sure. Thank you. I'll double check after this level's done. Oops. Yeah, I forgot. You can blow up those. Hi again, Croby. Yeah, Weapon Capsule Relay, one of the simpler ones. Honestly, the best rendition of a Weapon Capsule Relay is the Palace series by Gokuless or Luigi's Long Level. Be careful, if you destroy that, you're forced to take a debt. Hey Ironhide, welcome to the stream. I'm gradually whittling down all the levels on the level queue. Yeah, I noticed, Cyan. I was worried I was gonna get shoved into the abyss. Also showcasing the horizontal weapon box. No, I don't, Ironhide. I know they exist, but that's all. And they branched out more to other level creators. Again, pretty simple level overall. Hey, we can speak of those. We can speak of that. If Cyber plays, there's no problem. Yeah, I see your level that you submitted, Sylveon. It's made by Oscar. That'll be played probably. Oh. Due to the submission order, that'll be played next week, sadly. But I can push it up earlier. It's Mega Man X5 Zero Space 2, correct? The issue is that Oscar already submitted Alter Crashman Stage and Zero Space 1 before it, so I doubt I'll be able to cover it today. Now if it was made by you, it'd be a different story. They stopped doing it because it was getting repetitive and there was no new updates for over a year. They may come back to it, Ironhide. How do you submit stages? Just leave their level IDs in the live chat, either on YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. If you submit it now though, it'll be covered next week. There's just over 50 levels in the queue, and I only covered 15 of them. 16th up is Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls by Bumbo Fox, aka CMB Fox, with 19 plays and a score of 2. Yeah, I don't blame them for branching out. I mean, I've branched out to covering Mega Man Maker and Mega Man fan games and ROM hacks, as well as indie games. And once I run out of Mega Man fan games to play and ROM hacks in our future, I doubt it though, I'll probably start covering Sonic ROM hacks and fan games. And maybe some Mario ones. And more indie titles. Hello there, Captain Pollution. Welcome to the stream. That'd be fine, Snivy. And in Cyber, during the last hour, they submitted a stage to me. I asked them. I know that's not their actual name, but I like to call them Axums. I just wanted to say something, which I forgot to mention during the start of the stream. I'm really thankful for all the devs, testers, and all the influencers for spreading the word about 1.6. Thank you for all your effort over the past year. Teasing me. Thank you, Ironhide. That'll be covered tonight or next week. Again, Ironhide, I have 40 more levels on the queue, and I'm gonna have to do some more shuffling, so it may or may not be covered tonight. It's alright, just wanted to warn you in advance. 1.6 has excited a lot of people. Berserkers, that's the name, thank you. When I first heard the name Berserker, I thought it'd be something like a merman berserker or something, not just an axe. Oh, you have carpal tunnel? In that case, I suggest setting up an auto-fire key or something. I mentioned it in the comments, but I didn't really find that game to be too difficult, outside of perhaps 2 or 3 Wily Fortress stages. Then again, that's my experience from playing all the other Mega Man ROM hacks and fan games. On that note, Ironhide, have you played any other fan games from the Mega Man series outside of Rock and Roll? I just want to gauge the amount of experience you have. Not yet, Gravity Beetle. You're 21st on the queue. Mega Man Unlimited is more brutal than Rock and Roll, I'd say. Have you tried Rock Force or Super Fighting Robot? Yeah, I suggest playing Rock Force and tweaking down the difficulty settings if you find it too difficult. And try Super Fighting Robot as well. And perhaps Quint's Revenge. I find Rock Force with its difficulty settings tweaked down as well as Super Fighting Robot to be a lot more manageable for newcomer players. I strongly advise playing against the hardest difficulty setting though during your first attempt. Those can be quite brutal. And yeah, these are actually spikes. And I was gonna say, and there's me dying. Yeah, I noticed. Glad to see you back, Captain Pollution. I probably won't be able to complete your stages, though. I'm not skilled enough. Yeah, Rock Force and Super Fighting Robot. I'd also add Quint's Revenge to the list. That's why I'm surprised more people haven't returned to Mega Man Maker, especially the bigger streamers like Shadow Rock. Still, the more the merrier. I still think that Captain Pollution is a more skilled Mega Man player than I am. See ya, Kollab. Goodbye. I say this was an okay to decent stage. Mega Man Revolution, I'd hold off from until the remix is done. Why has no importance in the Rock Force plot? Well, outside some mentions. Be right back in about 5 minutes. Alright, coming back. Just as a response to Ironhide. And Dole Whip Ride, you're thinking of Mega Man Beyond. And as a response to Ironhide, here's a list of every single game I've Let's Played on the channel, and in that list is a bunch of Mega Man fan games. You may try it out if you find something to tickle your fancy. Just sort by the fan game column. If you want a bigger list, that is. In terms of fan games, I'd also suggest you to try out the Christmas Carol series. Or Day in the Light Night 2. My top 3 fan games? In terms of my favorites, those would be Make a Good Mega Man Level Contest 2, Rock Force, and Super Fighting Robot. Those would be my favorite ones. Top 3, that is. But still, check out the list. Anyways, 17th up is Mega Man Dr Randeph Cold Man by SYE Gaming with 8 plays and a score of 0. Exactly, Dole. Thank goodness I have the slide. I like the icy background and foreground. I'd like to see some more What If fan games. Or even from Capcom, I'd like to see a different What If scenario. Remember how X is sort of like a bad future for the classic series? Meanwhile, the Star Force series is more of a goodish future for the Battle Network series? I want to see some more What Ifs in that line. Like, instead of having X following up from the classic series, I want a different one where you have a better future. Something where as if the Maverick Fires never existed, and Sigma never went Maverick. I want to see a What If scenario like that, and see how the future would be like that. Oh sure, we still have Mavericks and Criminals, but we wouldn't have the fate of the world like that. Unlimited is more of a controversial pick due to its level design. Not from an anime, it's from the Ruby Spears cartoon side. I've covered at least 3 or 4 ice levels during the stream, I think. I still find it strange we have Anti-Eddie before regular Eddie. Strangely absent of one or more enemies. Yeah, Dole. I don't mind most of the designs of the RMs in that cartoon series. If anything, I'd like to see those expanded upon in a fan game or Capcom property. Everyone looks more, how should I say, like teenagers or dolls compared to the classic series. Feels like a better transition or an in-between transition between the classic and X series. As I was saying, I would like to see a more brighter future of the X series, or a lighthearted take of the X series, and a darker take of the Star Force series. I guess this was okay. $18 is Mini Simple Kaizo with Pile Driver by Lipatio, with 42 plays and a score of 16. That title worries me. Almost there. Indeed, Dole. I wish they used that design for the covers. To answer your question, Ironhide, I just switched my head direction. And with some practice. Too fast, I have to be careful about the sudden acceleration there. Oh yeah, and also extends my jump height if my vertical height if I'm too... the sudden acceleration. It feels more violent compared to Magmal. Thank you for the warning lines. Almost there. Yeah, following the white line. Still, if I miss one, I'm dead. And if I'm too high, I'm dead too. And switching is... again... Ah, phew. Wasn't too bad. Even though it's a bit more challenging, it's not too bad. I'll reveal my least favorite Mega Man fan game, Mega Man Classic fan game, during April Fools. To be honest, Mega Man Maker's Rush Jet is also pretty powerful. Especially as you can never get knocked off of it. 19th up is Wily Space Station Castle by Croby, with 12 plays and a score -1. There are about 25 minutes left on the stream, by the way, so once that's up, that'll be the end. Yeah, I would like to see Rush Marine added first, as Vincent points out. We already have Rush Jet. I want to see an omnidirectional utility that makes navigation water easier. I did, Rajold. That's Hoseman, right? As well as the one you added after that. Again, I'm gonna have to do another shuffle. Yeah, that would be interesting to see, Sylveon, though it'd have to be balanced to be not too frustrating. Off to a beautiful start already. Let's try again. I did full Let's Plays of them on my channel. You can find them, you can search for them on my channel. Let's just say I like 7's remake more than 8. 7 7's remake improved upon the original, 8 didn't really do it improved, it made it worse. They learned the wrong lessons from 7 remake. Welcome back to the stream, Galaxy Man. Yeah, that would be a fun idea to play around with in a fan game. I see what you want me to do here, but I'll do it the fun way. Not like that, but... Ah, didn't activate fast enough. Well, I know what I need to do there, but I just want to do it the fun way. I wish the order of the weapons were changed up a bit. This is awkward. Better way as in more fun way. It requires more skill to get through, so that's the trade-off. Knows some. Not exactly cheese, but made it easier. I just find it to be more fun to use special weapons in tangent with this, and still the main challenges persist. In fact, in some ways it's harder, because I have to go through it faster. For the rest of the stage, I won't cheese, how about that, or I won't use weapons. Because by not engaging the intended way, I made my own experience harder. Again, that's the trade-off. At least for this stage, I don't like to call it cheese because it's harder to do it that way. Instead of the intended way. Now, if it was easy to cheese it, then we'd be talking a different story. Also, this two-shots those enemies. That's the point. That's exactly the point, YouTube. Yep, Sliber. I showcased it during the start of the last stream. Thank goodness it's there. That should make Metal Man less of a pushover. In fact, imagine him during other encounters. No, not yet, Ironhide. That's what makes it even stranger. Perhaps regularity will show up in the future. Of course, if he does, I want the option to actually force him to always drop a certain pickup, or set it to random if you don't. It depends on the game, sometimes he trolls you less than others. Fun stage overall, decent. Nice graphic there. Why don't we have low gravity here? That'd be perfect. But I see why it would make the boss too easy. GG. I don't know why I got a negative score. Maybe the one section is a bit annoying, but not too much. Yep, I know of ZX Prologue. I also know of Bad Bad Matar, Sylveon. There are one or two of them out there. At least one. 28th up is Frozen Headquarters 28th up is Frozen HQ Recovery by Gokuless with 24 plays and a score of 4. I will play ZX Prologue in the future, Sylveon, but probably after ZX and ZX Advance so I know what they're referring to in the future. I think Genok's referring to Beat Saver, aka the one that saves you from pits, Mega Man 7's. Another ice stage. If anything, this episode's tagline might as well be Ice Stages. Hard mode, let's bring it on then. Good selection of weaponry, especially Blade Cracker. The sound effect for it sounds distinctly GB-ish. That's the primary tagline, secondary would be ice levels. Almost there. The biggest problems are those icicle techs. Let me try taking them out first. Yeah, I will, Croby. To everyone watching, I will be live streaming Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch with you viewers, and be playing several multiplayer matches. Details of it will be present in my Discord server. So if you want to join tomorrow's festivities, please join my Discord server, the link to which is in the description below and also present on the lower right part of the stream. Only multiplayer though, so for about 2 hours or so. How much longer? For about 10 more minutes or so. And yes, I overlooked the path down there before anyone asks. It'll be probably tonight, Iwumi. Sorry about that. Your stage is 30th in the queue, and I'm currently on the 20th level. Yeah, I like this level too. Turning into one of the more trickier ones. I know I'm playing on hard mode too, but it's not too bad outside the bosses, perhaps. Now these sections are tricky. Save it for next week, Iwumi? Okay. I'll make a note of it and cover it next week. Okay, Croby. Remember, information about the server will only be present in a Discord server, so join that please. Almost there. This setup is going to be annoying with Proto Man. I need three shots for this, so I'm just going to use special weapons. Greetings, Snake Eater. Alternate solution. And we're out of here. Definitely a more difficult stage, but fine. Part of the difficulty was because I was playing as Proto-Man. But even with Mega Man, that last section is painful. Never realized it had a nice difficulty curve, nice graphics, music, aesthetics, and nice climax. This will fall under an honorable mention, probably. Oh boy. This is where some problems may come along. I'm gonna have to use weaknesses. If I was playing as Mega Man though, I could do it without weaknesses. Probably. Let's take a moment to marvel at what Iceman's doing right now. He just gave up. He can't even harm me. He just gave up once Crystal Man fell. Yeah, honorable mention. I'll probably downgrade one of my favorites to honorable mentions. 21st up is Flame Stag Stage by Gravity Beetle, with 12 plays and a score of 0. Let's see how this recreation of the X2 stage fares. It's gonna use the firewall. Oh, that's why. No bug chasing us there. But I need to get into the volcano soon. Well, they have double magnet beam. Okay, here it comes. I don't have wall jumping, so this is what I have to do. So, use super arrow there. Or not. Thank you, screen boundaries breaking. This is where it face up against Files, Surges, or Agile. A lot harder? Well, thanks for the advance warning. Are you playing on normal mode or hard mode, by the way? Oh boy, that's concerning. When I play through the game, I'm gonna have to play through both normal and hard mode for the best ending. That was a bit jerkish. I probably won't be able to get to your level on time. I'm only gonna cover probably one more stage after this, then I'll end off the stream. For the morning live streams on Saturday, about 2.5 hours. Or 2 hours. Last week was a bit special because I was waiting for the update to hit. I guess this is an okay recreation, but it felt like I was missing something. Alright, one moment please. Alrighty, let's see if this works. So the 22nd level is
A man has fallen into the river.
in Pillar City by SYE 111 with 40 plays and a score of 11. I was waiting for someone to submit a level like this. I've been saving that for so long. When I say so long, I mean a few weeks. As I said, this will be the final level covered in the stream. I'll be moving Iwumi's level to next week. Cyan-esque. You mean Cyan-esque, sorry. Yeah, I already said that I will not be able to cover it today, this morning. There's too many levels. I'll be able to probably cover 1 or 2 of them tonight. The rest next week. Just so I don't forget what they are in the queue. Cyber, can you provide your Mega Man Maker username? Just to ensure that it doesn't get lost in the queue. Over 50, unfortunately, Panta. I wanted to cover more stages, but again, I can't really stream for too long. Gustav's got it. Alright, so Iwumi and Vincent, I'll save your levels for next week's morning stream. Number 2. I'll see what I can do. 1 or 2. The level feels kind of elongated, but I guess it's more for a meme. If anything, it feels like I should have the oil slider or something here. I mean, this section could have probably been shortened by 33%, and still the challenge would be there. And number 3 to end it off. I hope it is. Hey! Are you building the rescue helicopter now? Where are the pieces? We can't start the engines until we can find the pieces. Darn, we're gonna have to do it ourselves. I suppose there's no stretcher to lower either. Again, it feels like repetition of challenges, but harder, like when playing the normal mode and hard mode version of the stage is back to back. Oh, I see. That's the change. So we're risking ourselves. Seems to be a very deep river then. We made it to the boss at the very least. Of course it'd be Pump Man or Lego Crook. GG. And thus ends the stream. A Mimi way to end this off. So as I said, Vincent and Iwumi's levels will be moved to next week's morning stream, hopefully. This level could have been shortened a bit by 33% and still keep most of the challenges the same. So my two favorite stages of the stream are Frozen Factory Revamped by Zen and Sayonara Mega Man Maker by Buster, with an honorable mention going to Gokuless' level Frozen HQ Recovery, although I'll have to double check to see if there's any other worthy ones and reordering it. Oh yeah, my third favorite one would also be Scremer Labs Control the Enemies by Scremer and Larnny. Good work to everyone. So during the evening stream at 8 PM PDT, I'll cover more various mid-levels and try to knock down the huge number that's already there. Well then, thank you everyone for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!